Here is the outreach mix that I'm running right now. I do walk-ins, cold emails, cold calls, DMs, all of it, not just one over the other. So let's talk about the stack real quick. So email, reach, and scale and volume at high speed, very high speed. I'll show you how in a second. Walk-ins, there's presence, a real face in a real room. That does wonders as well. And DMs, there's a bit of warmth there through Instagram. They can look at your feed already before they even respond to you. The slow burn, that does close eventually. Now, cold calls as well, banging the phones, even though I hate it. So running all four is not chaos like it may seem to be. It is just coverage. Each channel does fill a gap that the others do leave open. So quickly, what do the walk-ins add? I'm going to go through each of these just real quick. We'll start with the walk-ins here. So starting with walk-ins, here we have, if I can get this to work. There we go. So really quickly, a printed leaf behind, a one-pager, a card, a flyer, stays on the desk long after you have left. That's passive presence working for you, okay? Really quick, there's immediate credibility through physical presence. There's, hey, listen, I don't want to interrupt you or anything you have going on. My name is Mark. I just wanted to stop by and hand this out. I made this just for you. If you have a chance to look at it, my information's on the back if you want to have a chat, okay? And that's it. Like, that is so much more than a cold email. We still do cold emails. I've gotten lots of responses through cold emails, but we do still want to do walk-ins, okay? Printed material creates the lasting touch point like I already spoke about, and it's harder to ignore than a digital message, which is true. People actually kind of feel bad too. So, if you get a close just off of the pity alone, you got to take your wins where you can, man, especially when you're starting out. So open conversations that emails never could have. Now the advantage, it's a face, you can show up, you leave something, and you can be remembered. If you want to screenshot this, feel free to go ahead. I'm going to scroll past right now. Okay, so what do cold emails have? One thing that cold email does better than everybody else is the volume. I actually got to remove this. It's not an hour of focused outreach. It's actually more like an hour of leads being scraped for the entire week. So in a 5-minute span of making sure at the start of my day, everything is configured correctly in my Instantly campaign. I use instantly.ai. 135 owners that day can be reached, no problem. I have the capability of sending 500 a day. Right now with my total addressable market, I'm actually sending a lot less than that in my capabilities because of the type of people I'm trying to service in the offer that I have going out right now. But that's something that I need to work on and get better. It's scalable. There's no ceiling. You can reach as many people as you want. That's the total addressable market that's specific to your business is where it's going to draw that line, okay? You can always come up with something where it applies to every person in the world, let's just say. But obviously you want to use your proper strategy to what's going to get you where you want to be, okay? The volume does matter because cold email is 100% a numbers game with a skill ceiling. So you have to make sure you're doing it right, but not only that, you have to make sure you're doing enough of it. You can apply that to anything else, but with cold emails, I'm telling you, you send 1,000, you might get 1 or 2 responses, and 2% is actually the goal. I know it's actually less than 2%, but you get the point. I send 10,000, then I want 10 responses a day type of thing. That's what I'm looking for. Higher chance that you get a conversion at the end of the day. The trade-off is that you sacrifice the warmth just for the reach. So cold emails, they're colds. It's the top of the funnel, which does open doors that the other channels you would typically have to use to walk through them, but it's a little bit harder, but you get to do more, okay? Now, when I say harder, it's easier to do, but it's harder to actually get the conversion unless you're doing tons and tons of volume, which is obviously the goal. So, what do DMs add really quick? Continuity. Deals warm up here. If you have already spoken to somebody and you touch base and then you reach out 6 months later, they can look back at your previous conversation. There's already something there. It's not like a phone call or a walk-in and it's a different employee there and you have to kind of remind them of the conversation before. It's a little bit differently. So the best deals don't close cold, they close after a slow warm-up. And the DMs are where the warm-up happens, okay? A little bit of how it works, the first contact, the nurture, and then you get the close. That's just really, really basic. Super simple here for cold calls. You get a fast feedback loop through volume and the ability to achieve volume. You can do high volume. There's tons of tools. It used to take me 2.5 hours to do 20 phone calls. Now in 2 hours, I can do 245 calls roughly. And there's a setup before you pitch. Make it easy, make it nice. It's a skill you can build. Okay? So where I am stuck most of the time is my time and my energy because holy crap, outreach drains your energy a lot. You got to have a positive attitude about it. Putting up there that I hate cold calls, it's not a great thing to say or do, but I'm just being authentic with you right now. I'm not pretending like I love it. I just don't. But the real constraint is time and energy. So running all of these channels are powerful, but it can be a bit much. Now, the goal, a sustainable mix of these, which generates pipeline without burning out the operator, which is me. Then obviously at some point you have all of these working, and then you can say, hey, the management of these, yes, we have AI incorporated and all that junk, but you get to do this, and I'm going to be over here. Your rule is to do everything you can before you call me and you ask for help. It's a good way to do it, all right? So my question for you guys, it's an open question to the audience. What is your outreach mix? If you are running a business or you're doing something of the nature, what's your outreach mix? I want to know. Are you doing cold email? Are you doing walk-ins? Are you doing cold calls? Take a second to look at that, but drop your mix in the comments. Let's compare notes. Let's talk. Let's get a conversation going. Let me know below what your thoughts are, and I'd be happy to have a chat with them. Maybe you're doing something that I really have no clue on, and I can get some help on it, and vice versa. So, my name is Mark Perry. I'm the co-founder and CEO of MNC Creative Co. We help businesses that want to grow through social media, so that way they can get back to doing stuff they would much rather do than post pictures on Instagram and make TikTok reels and funny videos like that. So if you have any questions based on that stuff, my contact information is right here. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.